Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm here with another video. This is it's gonna be a pretty it's gonna be about a little bit longer video on this one because we got a lot of stuff going on here. We have to do a lot of stuff. So this lab is actually it's everything you have learned from the beginning that we've been doing. If you've been watching my videos, everything that we have learned, we're going to apply that in this lab. Everything we're going to apply in this lab. um, so it's going to be a really fun if you've been following me, if you've been doing this labs, or or if you need to skip it, if you need just some part that need to watch, that's fine. But we're gonna have a lot of fun setting this up. So we're gonna configure VLANs and trunking and everything that needs to happen, right? Not just that configuration, but we're gonna do a lot of stuff. Let's get started with this. As you can see this on the right side, we have all the computers, devices, and in the middle we have all the cables that we need. You have table, rack, and there's my topology. So this is how we're gonna build our system. Okay, so it's nice, it gives you that info right away. So we're gonna have PCA, switch 1, switch 2, and PCB. Okay, so they're all gonna connect to each other. And then if I go, and then if you look here, addressing table, that's where we have all the info that what we need to know about switch number 1. That needs to be on VLAN 1, IP address, subnet mask, stuff like that. So um, it's gonna be really fun. And just keep watching the video. And let's get with this one. I'll try to kind of go faster, so because we have a lot of stuff to cover in this lab. Okay, so um, all right. So basically, I'm gonna read out this background scenario so you have an idea of what we're gonna do. Okay. Um, so modern switches uses VLAN, local area network, to improve network performance by separating large layer 2 broadcast domains into smaller ones. VLANs can also be used as a security measure by controlling which host can communicate. In general, VLANs make it easier to design a network to support the goals of an organization. Okay, that's all I'm gonna read. So we're gonna jump to instructions. Okay, part one. We're gonna build the network and configure basic device settings. Okay, and this stuff we have done this in the beginning of the lab. Okay, so let's do that. What I'm gonna do is step one: build the network as shown in the topology. So this is how we're gonna build it out. Okay, all right. I'm gonna click and drag both switches 1 and switch 2 to the rack. Alright, so I'm gonna drag this one, switch number 1, bottom is the switch number 2, and then we're going to click and drag both PCA gonna be right there. Actually this is PCB, so I'm gonna bring PCA on the left side. So we have 1, 2, and 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom of the switch. Okay, and then let's provide network connectivity by connecting. Alright, so we're gonna use copper. Go right there, and we know that PCA goes to switch number 1 on fast Ethernet 6. So 1, we're gonna go to 6. Yep, there is that. There you go. And then next one, PCB goes to switch number 2 on the fast Ethernet 18. Okay, so it's gonna be on 18. So right there, 18 is right there. Okay, so awesome. So we're done with that. Now connect console cable from devices PCA to switch 1, and from the devices PCB to switch B. Okay, so we have here console cables right there, the blue one. All right, so we're gonna go PCA gonna be switch number 1. Okay, so inspect rear, that's where the port is, it's on the back. Okay, that's connected, and we're going to use that. Okay, and then the switch number 2. There you go. Okay. Oh, okay. So we haven't. Okay, it's not connected right. Okay, now it's connected. Both are connected. And also, usually people tend to miss this because it's not written right here. So you want to grab one copper this cable, and as you can see right here, you need a connection too from switch 1 to switch 2. All right, so on the switch 1 it says Ethernet 01, which is the top one, and then switch 2 goes to fast Ethernet 1. Okay, so they're on the right here. Okay, so those twos are connected. Now everything kind of connected together. Okay. um okay, so that one's good to go. Now from the desktop tab on each PC, use the terminal console into each switch and enable privileged exit mode. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna do that. Go PCA. All right, that dude. Okay. Oh, machine is not powered on, so you just need to click this red button right there to power it on. All right, awesome. We go right here, desktop. We go to terminal. Press OK. All right, and then we're gonna go to enable. All right, let's go to config term, and let's put. All right, so it says enter configuration mode. That's good. Assign a device name to each switch. All right, so we're gonna assign name. Host name. This is gonna be S1, right? PCA is connected to S1, so this is gonna be S1. All right. Okay, so S1, and then we're gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Okay, let's just do this one first, because we need to do all the steps for both switches. Okay, so we're just gonna do one by one. Assign Cisco as the privilege as encrypted password. Assign class as the privilege. Okay. So enable secret class. Okay. And then assign Cisco as the console password and enable login. Okay. All right. So this is for the console line. So line. Okay. Come out. Okay. Line console 0 password Cisco login. Okay, and then assign Cisco as the um, VTY password and enable login. Okay, line VTY 024 password Cisco, and then you're gonna do login. Okay, now we're gonna encrypt the plain text password. So we're gonna do service password encryption. Okay, awesome. And then create a banner that warns anyone accessing the device that's unauthorized access is prohibited. Okay, so we're gonna do banner motd motd. Okay, I'm just gonna put authorized users only, and put the $. Okay, and then we're gonna do configure the IP address listed in the addressing table for VLAN 1 on the switch. Okay, now we're gonna assign the IP address for the VLAN 1. Okay, interface VLAN 1 IP address. So okay, VLAN 1 gonna be, this is switch number 192.168.1.11, and then 255.255.255.0. okay, no shutdown, and then exit out of this. Okay, all right, and then shut down all interfaces that will not be used. Okay, we're gonna shut down all the interfaces that will not be used. Okay, okay, so we're gonna do interface range. So we're gonna do, we know 1 is already been used, so fast Ethernet 2, from 2 we're gonna all the way to 5, because we have 6 been used. Okay, and then if you want to, so what you can do is you can go over, we know 6 is being used, we know 7 is not being used, so we're gonna go 7 all the way to 24 on the switch 1. Okay, we have only, we're only using 1 and 6, so anything that's on the switch we can shut down. Okay, and we know that the switch has 2 gigaports. Alright, so that's good. Shut down. Alright, and then exit out of this. Okay, alright, now we're gonna set the clock on each switch. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we're gonna exit out of this. Clock set. So what time is it? So 9, which is gonna be 21, 21, 22, 0, which is 23 July 2024. Yeah, okay, that's also. Now save the running configuration to the startup configuration file. So copy, copy running dash config startup dash config. Okay, awesome. So we're done with switch number 1. Now we still got to do same thing. Okay, same thing for switch number 2. So I'm gonna bring this guy here, go to this guy, because we're gonna be working back and forth. So alright, what I'm gonna do is bring this guy right here, and then put this guy right here, kind of copy too. Alright, so let's start. So we're gonna do this so whatever we did on the switch number 1, we're gonna apply same thing to switch number 2. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so you can just kind of copy that. Enable config term. Okay, host name switch number 2, then enable secret, which is gonna be class. Okay, just gonna bring this guy up here. Okay, and then we do line console 0, and then password gonna be Cisco log in, and then we're gonna do line VTY024. Okay. Password Cisco login. Okay. And then we're gonna encrypt the plain text password. Service password encryption, and then we're gonna create banner BANNMOTD. Son, just gonna copy this unauthorized. Okay, authorized users only. Okay, do this, and then we're gonna do we're gonna configure the IP address for interface VLAN 1, right? So this is gonna be a little bit different. Okay, it only has 12 at the end, 12 device. Okay, 12. So we're gonna do interface VLAN 1. Then we're gonna do IP address 192.168. Come on, why it's not typing? 8.1.12. Okay, this one's 12. So it's number 212, and then 255.255.255.0. Okay. All right. Now, no shut down. All right. So now we're gonna shut down all interfaces that will not be used. So interface range. I know this one is 18, and what was the other one being used here? Okay, 18 and 1. Okay, and all of the other one we're gonna shut down. Okay, range. So it's gonna be fast Ethernet /. We're gonna go 2-17. Just gonna put a comma there. 18 being used, so that's 19. We're gonna go to 19 all the way to 24. Okay, and then this one all the way to 2. Okay, oops, what happened here? Okay, invalid input. It's pointing to interface. Interface range to 17, 19-24. Oh, you know what? Right there. That one's not us. Should be a comma. Alright, now it should work. Okay, interface range not valid. Command rejected. Oh, why? Oh, 34. It should be 24. My goodness. There you go. Now accepted. Shut down. Gonna shut down. Okay. Let's exit out of this. Alright. Cool. Alright, so we're okay, so we completed number 2. Actually we still gotta do the okay, clock set. This is 21. That's 30. Do that. This is 23rd of July 2024. Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna do we're gonna copy running dash config start up dash config. Okay, all right, awesome. We're at 32%. Good. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna number so step 3. I'm gonna put this up here so you guys can see that. And what I'm gonna do here is just, this is kind of hard to see because being everything, we gotta do both at the kind of like a. All right, so number 3 from the desktop tab, on each PC, click okay IP configuration. So we gotta configure the IP. All right, so we know I'm gonna use this PCA. PCA gonna be 10.3. Okay, and then default 192.168.10.1. Okay, and let's do same thing for this guy. Close this one out, go to IP config. So this is PCB, so we're just gonna have .168.10.4. okay, and then the default 92.168.10.1. okay, they have same default. Okay, all right, so close this one out. You can close that one out too. So I'm going to bring this up here. Okay, now what we're going to do is step 3, test connectivity. All right, test connectivity by attempting to ping each between each of the cable devices. All right, let's do that. Let's just put this guys right here. Okay. Can you ping PCA and PCB? Let's ping it. Ping. Let's ping 2.168.10.4, right? Awesome. It's pinging. So we can, yes, so it's gonna be yes to that. And if you do same thing, if you ping 2.168.10.3, yes, it's pinging. Awesome. Yes, we can ping PCA and PCB. Can you ping PCA? Ping I doubt it, but let's let's ping from A. Okay, S1, right? 192.168.1.11. Okay, timed out. Okay, okay, it's not pinging. So no. Can PCA ping S1? No. Can PCB ping S2? No. It's gonna be the same thing. Now, can S1 ping S2? So switch number 1 and switch number 2. I think it should, because we have the cable connected there. So let's go here. Okay, password. It's gonna be class. Oops, what happened? Wrong. So we have okay, so we have Cisco. There you go. Enable. That's gonna be CLA class. What? See that? Let's. I'm gonna. I think. Cisco ping this S1, right? Let's be 192.168.12 sending. Yep, success. It's good. So we can ping so you can ping from switch number 1 to switch number 2, and if you do the same thing on the switch number 2, it should ping. Okay, so that one's good. So that one's gonna be yes. Okay, now F, it says, okay, actually not F. So if you answer no to any of the above questions, why were the pings unsuccessful? Okay, so pings were unsuccessful, well, when trying to ping a device on a different subnet, right? Because that's what happened. We were trying to ping the from PCA to PCA, from PCA to switch, and they have a different network ID. Okay, they're on a different subnet, so they're on a different network ID. Okay, so for those pings to be successful, okay, for those pings to be successful, a default gateway must exist to route traffic from one subnet mask to subnet, not subnet mask, from one subnet to another. Okay, they have to be in the same. All right, so part 2, what we're gonna do is bring that up here. We're gonna do, in part 2, you're gonna create management operations, parking lot, and native VLANs on both switches. Okay, you will then assign the VLANs to the appropriate interface. The show VLAN command is used to verify your configuration settings. Okay, now create VLAN on the switches. Okay, let's do that. Let's create that. Okay, so we're gonna work on switch number 1. We're already here. Let's go enable class. Okay, so create the VLANs on S. So that's gonna be VLAN 10. Okay, so VLAN 10. Oops, what happened there? Okay, config term VLAN 10. Okay, now we're gonna name capital operations, then VLAN 20. Name, we're gonna put name parking score lot. Okay, and then we're gonna do VLAN 99, which is management. Okay, VLAN 1000, and we name native, and okay, that's an end. All right, but create the same VLANs on switch number 2. Okay, so let's do the same thing here. So okay, go close this guy, terminal. Okay, we config term VLAN 10. It's gonna be name operations, and then VLAN 20 name parking lot, right? And then VLAN 99 name management, and then VLAN 1000 gonna be name native, All right. Cool. So and C, issue the show VLAN brief command to view all the list of the VLANs on switch number. Okay, let's issue this VLAN brief. Okay, awesome. So as you can see here, 10 is operations, 20 is parking lot, 99 management, 1000 is native. Okay, they're all active. Okay, awesome. Yes, you see that? And if you do the same thing for that guy, it's gonna be the same. Okay, what is the default VLAN? 1. Yes, 1 is your default. And what ports are assigned to the default VLAN? So all switch ports are assigned to VLAN 1 by default, right? As you can see here, every ports on this switch right now is assigned to VLAN 1 default. Okay. Now step 2, assign VLANs to the correct switch interfaces. Assign VLANs to the interfaces on switch number 1. Assign PCA to the operation VLAN. Okay. Alright, so we're going to assign PCA to the operation VLAN. Alright, so fun. Let's do this. So do that. What you're going to do is interface, right? Assign PCA to the operation. So interface F0/6. Oops, what happened there? You know, I keep forgetting. I have to be in config, okay, to make any changes. 0/6. Okay. Now, I'm going to switch port mode access. Okay, and hit enter, and then switch port access VLAN 10. Okay. Alright, now what we're going to do is step number 2, from VLAN 1, remove the management IP address and configure it on VLAN 99. Okay, so we can remove it. Okay. Interface VLAN 1. So you're gonna put no IP address. If you put that, it's gonna remove it. Okay. Then we're gonna do interface VLAN 99. Okay. And then we're gonna do IP address 192.168 .1.11, and then 255.255.255.0. Okay, and then okay, awesome. Now let's do issue the how. So VLAN brief. So VLAN brief. Okay, now as you can see that 10 operations active assigned to 6. Awesome. Good. That's what we're gonna see. Okay. Okay, assigned to the correct interface, issue the brief command. We're gonna do show IP interface brief. Okay. So 6, and if you do that, VLAN 99, right? So 99, down is yes, okay, manually up, yep, protocol is down, up, down, yeah, down. Okay, now what is the status of VLAN? Explain. The status of VLAN is up slash down. We know the status up, but the protocol is down. Because the VLAN exists in the database, but down because the VLAN does not been assigned to an active port yet. Yes, that's exactly right. So we haven't assigned any port, so it's not active. All right, so assign PCB to operation VLAN on switch number 2. Okay, so we're going to work on switch number 2. From VLAN 1, remove the management IP address and configure it on VLAN 99 according to addressing table. Use the shown VLAN brief to verify the VLANs are assigned to the correct interfaces. Is S1 able to ping S2? Explain. Okay, so first let's work on D, assign PC to operation VLAN on switch number 2. Okay, let's do that. So basically we're just going to do the same thing that we did for switch number 1. Interface. So this is going to be interface 18 because that's what it's active right now. We're connected. Okay, what's going on? Oh, see, every time I forget to get into config term. Alright, interface /18, and then we're gonna do switch port mode access, and do switch port access VLAN 10. Yeah. Okay. Now from VLAN 1, remove the management IP address and configured it on VLAN 9 according to the addressing. Okay, let's do it. So we're gonna do interface VLAN 1, no IP address, interface VLAN 99. It's gonna be IP address 192.168.255.255.255.0. Okay, choose the right one. Oops, something not right here. So IP address 92.168.1.12 space. Okay, IP address. Okay, what's going on? Did I miss something? That one was 11, right? So this one should be 12. Okay, why it's not taking it? So IP address 192.168.1.12 255.255.255.0. I don't understand why. Okay, so IP address 192.168.1.12 255.255.0. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It won't take it, but now it took it. Okay. No, we're gonna do this. So VLAN brief. Okay, awesome. So as you can see here, VLAN 10 operations active, and it's assigned to port 18 here. Okay. All right. So is switch number 1 able to ping switch number 2? Let's ping it. So switch number 1, right? Let's ping. Can I ping from here? Ping. Just gonna exit out of this class. What? Okay, so we're gonna ping 168 dot 1.12, yeah. Okay. Sending. Let's see if it's gonna ping. Okay. Okay, success rate is 0%. Okay, so it's not working, right? Oh yeah, it's not pinging. No, the IP address for switch now resides in VLAN 99, right? VLAN 99 will not be sent over interface 01. Okay, and then is PA able to ping PC? No, because the Ethernet is not assigned to VLAN 1 now. So the VLAN traffic will not be sent over it. Okay? Alright, so number 3, maintain VLAN ports, assignments, and the VLAN database. In your part, you will change port VLAN assignments and remove VLANs from the VLAN database. Okay, and then assign a VLAN to multiple interfaces from the desktop tab, and on each PC, use the terminal to continue configuring both network interfaces. On switch 1, assign interfaces. Okay, that gonna be VLAN. Okay, from 11 to 24, that's gonna be VLAN 99. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this both up here. Alright, so let's work on that. It's gonna be switch number 1, enable config term, so interface range, it's gonna be 0/11-24, right? Now what we're gonna do is switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 99. Okay, and then end this. If you hit, so VLAN brief, there you go. So if you hit that, there you go. See that? Now that 99 management active is now 11 through 24. It's on VLAN 99. Awesome. Okay, so moving on to reassign VLAN this interface 11 and 21 to VLAN 10. So we're gonna assign 11 and 21 to VLAN 10. Okay, so we're gonna be on config term, and what we're gonna do is interface range 0/11, and then what's the other one? 21, right? 0/21. Okay. Okay, so we're in that, and we're going to switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, and then end it. Alright. Alright, now if you run so VLAN brief, there you go. Boom, the 10 is now has 3 ports, 6, 11, 21. Awesome. Okay, now let's do number 2. Remove a VLAN assignment from an interface. Use the no switch port access VLAN command to remove all VLAN 99 assignment to 20 for the interface, the fast Ethernet 24. Okay. We're gonna remove this. All right. 24. So you want to be on config term. So you want to go interface. Is it /24? You're gonna be in that interface. No switch port access VLAN. End it. Okay. Okay. Now verify VLAN changes was made. So you want to verify that too. VLAN beef. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I don't see that 24 anymore. Yeah. Okay, so it's not there. Okay, so it's good. Now, number 3, remove a VLAN ID from the VLAN database. Okay, so VLAN config term interface. So gonna be add VLAN 30 to interface that without issuing the command global VLAN command. Okay, so we're gonna do this interface here /24, and then you want to do switch port access VLAN 30. Okay. Okay, so you get this message: access VLAN does not exist. Creating VLAN 30. Wow. Okay. And note: currently, switch technology no longer requires that the VLAN command be issued to add a VLAN to the database. Okay. By assigning an unknown VLAN to a port, the VLAN will create it and add it to the VLAN database. Okay. Alright. Now if you want to verify that, we want to do so VLAN brief. Okay. And then as you can see here, okay, so as you can see here, 30 VLAN is created and assigned that interface 24. Okay, awesome. Alright, what is the default name of VLAN 30? VLAN 0030, that's the default name right there. Okay, now use the no VLAN 30 command to remove VLAN 30 from the VLAN database. Okay, alright, so we're gonna do this here. Config term, we're gonna do no VLAN 30. Okay, and then we're gonna do end. Okay, let's see. So VLAN brief. There you go. It's no more. Okay, the VLAN 30 is no more here in the database. Okay. Alright, so okay, it says after deleting VLAN 30 from the VLAN database, why is F024, that port is no longer displayed in the output of the show VLAN command, and what VLAN port is 24 now assigned to? What happens to the traffic designated to the host that is attached um, to the VLAN 24. Okay, so basically when you delete a VLAN, any ports assigned to the VLAN becomes inactive. Okay, it's just inactive. So that port 24 that was here is still associated to VLAN 30, but it's no longer shown in the output. Still associated, but it's no longer shown in the output. VLAN 30 is now inactive because it does not exist in the VLAN database. Okay, any port assigned with VLAN will not transfer any traffic. Yep, because they're both inactive. So there will be, if any traffic assigns to them, there will be no traffic. There will be no transfer of the traffic. Okay. All right. So and then we can issue. Why should you reassign? So it says okay, on the interface shutdown where am I? Did that. Okay. Okay. Okay, where are we at? Okay. Yep. On the interface starting issue no switch port LAN. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Let's go config. E, right? On interface F024, issue the no switch port access VLAN command. Okay, so interface slash 24 no switch port access VLAN. And okay. Okay, now issues. So VLAN brief. Okay. So if you can see here, now that VLAN, that ports 24 is back to VLAN 1 default, right? It's back to that VLAN 1. Okay, so note, before removing a VLAN from the database, it is recommended that you reassign all the ports assigned to that VLAN. Okay, and then it says, why should you reassign a port to another VLAN before removing the VLAN from the VLAN database? So the interface assigned to a VLAN that is removed from the VLAN database becomes inactive, right? And are unavailable for use until they are reassigned to another VLAN. This can be a tricky thing to troubleshoot as trunked interface do not show up in the port list as well. Okay, yeah, sure. When the trunk interface do not show up, right? When we don't see, so it can be very tricky. That should do it. Part 4, configure and 802.1q trunk between the switches. Okay, let's do that. So you will configure interface 1 to use the dynamic trunking protocol, which is DTP, to allow it to negotiate the trunk mode. After this has been accomplished and verified, you will disable DTP on interface 1 and manually configured as a trunk. Okay. Okay. And then step 1, use the DTP to initiate trunking on port 1. The default DTP mode of a 2960 switch port is dynamic auto. This allows the interface to convert the link to a trunk if the neighboring interface is set to trunk or dynamic desirable mode. Okay, on switch 1, all right, let's do that. Set port 1 to negotiate trunk mode. Okay, so that's gonna be config term interface F0/1. We're gonna go switch port mode dynamic desirable. Something's not right here. Desirable. Okay, so you can see here line on interface VLAN 99. See line protocol on interface VLAN 99. Change status to up. Okay. Okay, now you should also receive link status message on switch number 2. Yep, as you can see, it also received message right here. Good thing I have pulled both terminals, so you can see that, right? As soon as we issue that command switch port mode dynamic desirable, it pulled up right here as well. Awesome. Okay, so on switch 1 and switch 2, issue the show VLAN brief command. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. So VLAN brief. Okay, and then so 1 is no longer okay. So we don't see. Okay, I don't see. There shouldn't be port 1 assigned to any of this because now we're using that for trunking. See that? I don't see anything here. Okay, yeah. Okay, now, and then even if you do, let's run, so interface faces trunk. Alright, now, as you can see that, yep, that port is desirable, trunking, native, and then if you go here, let's do same thing here. What is this? Class. So if you do so interfaces trunk, right? There you go. Yep, auto mode auto. So as you can compare this to it auto negotiated. Okay. So by default, all VLANs are allowed on trunk. The switch port trunk command allows you to control what VLANs have access to the trunk. For this activity, keep the default settings. This allows all VLANs to traverse on port 1. Okay, now, alright, so we are verify the VLAN traffic is traveling over trunk interface port 1. Okay, so can S1 ping S2? It should ping. Yes, it should ping. Can PCA ping PCB? Yes, it should ping because now it's let's just ping, right? Ping this. Ping 2.6.12. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's pinging. If you run it again, it should give you 100%. Yep, 100%. So it's pinging. So it should be pinging because it's now talking through that trunk. Okay, and it can PCA ping S1? It shouldn't ping. Can PCB ping switch number 2? No. Okay, if you answer no to any of the questions above, explain below. So the switches are in VLAN 99, right? and the PCs are in VLAN 10. So there are different VLANs, okay? Therefore, the pings between VLANs were unsuccessful. Um, okay, now let's do step 2. We're gonna do manually configure trunk interface port 1. Okay, so we're gonna on the interface 1 change the switchboard mode to force trunking. Make sure to do this on the both switches. Okay, all right, let's do this. Config term gonna be interface 0/1. We're gonna do switch port mode trunk. Okay, now let's do it on switch number 2. Config term interface /1 switch port mode trunk. Okay, now let's do issue. Now issue the show interface trunk command to view the trunk. Notice that the native VLAN information is updated. Okay, let's see that. Get out of this. So interfaces trunk. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. Alright. Now, okay, now okay, modify the trunk configuration on the both switches by changing the native VLAN from VLAN 1 to VLAN 1000. Okay, so we're gonna change that over to 1000. Okay. Config term interface /1. We're gonna do switch port trunk native VLAN 1000, right? Okay, awesome. There you go. And then we're gonna do it same thing. So we're gonna do interface /1 switch port trunk native VLAN 1000. Okay. Now consistency restored. Okay. Awesome. All right. So D. Okay. Okay. Now we can also do issue a so command on. Let's do this. So interfaces trunk. There you go. Now it's 1000 native VLAN. It's on 1000. It's on native VLAN 1000. The trunk. Okay. Okay. The question. Why might you want to configure an interface to trunk mode instead of using DTP? Not all equipment uses DTP. DTP is Cisco proprietary, and using the switchboard port mode trunk command ensures that the port will become a trunk no matter what type of equipment is connected to the other end of the link. Okay. Why might you want to change the native VLAN on a trunk? Using VLAN 1, the default VLAN as the native VLAN is a security risk. All the different control protocols that are exchanged between switches are exchanged via the native VLAN 1 untagged. And that information could be exposed if default settings are used on ports that users connect to. Okay. All right. So reflecting on questions. What is needed to allow host on VLAN 10 to communicate to host on VLAN 99? Answer will vary, but to allow inter-VLAN routing requires a layer 3 devices. It's needed to route traffic between VLANs, right? We need a layer 3 router or layer 3 switches. What are some primary benefits? What are some primary benefits that an organization can receive through effective use of VLANs? VLANs benefits include better security, cost saving, efficient use of bandwidth, uplinks, high performance, smaller broadcast domains, and then broadcast storm mitigation, improve IT staff efficiency, smaller project, and application management. All right, so that is it for today. We did a lot of stuff here. It almost took us about an hour and 30 minutes to complete this, and I hope you learned something from this video. Um, and we are at completion 100%. Great, so everything, we covered everything that needed to be covered. So again, thank you for watching, and please subscribe and give me a thumbs up to support the channel, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye bye, have a good night.